King Ahab, ruler of Israel, walked among his opulent palace with restless worry. The land was parched, cracked by drought, a consequence of the people abandoning the Lord for Baal, the storm god. Queen Jezebel, fierce and cunning, seethed and urged the priests to call upon Baal to end Israel's suffering, but rain never came. Like a shadow against the sun, Elijah, the prophet, appeared before the king. His eyes were resolute, his voice clear. Israel had forsaken God, and the heavens would remain shut until the people returned to faith. For 3 years, Elijah wandered in hiding, sustained by ravens and by the hospitality of a widow, while Baal's prophets grew bold. The drought deepened. The land cried out for relief. Finally, Elijah received a message from God. He emerged from exile and confronted Ahab, proposing a contest between their gods. The king consented, word spread, and a crowd gathered atop Mount Carmel, a windswept ridge rising over the dry valleys below. Ahab stood beside Jezebel, both garbed in royal splendor. 450 prophets of Baal, robed in crimson, assembled on one side. On the other, Elijah stood alone, his cloak coarse, his demeanor unwavering. The people of Israel lined the mountain, anxious to witness wonders. Elijah's voice cut through the silence. How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him, but if Baal, then follow him. Elijah outlined a contest. 2 bulls would be sacrificed, one for Baal, one for the Lord. Each altar would be set, but not ignited. The God who sent fire from heaven would be declared true. The prophets of Baal were given first turn. They prepared their altar, laid the bull atop wood, and began to chant and dance, calling on Baal from sunrise until noon. Their voices grew frantic, their bodies convulsed in ritual. Elijah watched and, at midday, mocked them with calm sarcasm. Shout louder. Perhaps Baal is busy or asleep, but traveling. The prophets' fervor intensified. They slashed themselves with knives as blood streaked their robes. Nothing happened. The sun reached its zenith, then began its slow descent. The crowd shifted, restless and skeptical. Elijah beckoned the people closer. He rebuilt the altar of the Lord with 12 stones, one for each tribe of Israel. He arranged wood, placed the bull, and commanded servants to drench the sacrifice and altar with 4 large jars of water 3 times, so the trench around it overflowed. Elijah knelt and prayed simply, "Lord, let it be known today that you are God in Israel, and I am your servant." Instantly, a torrent of fire fell from heaven, consuming the sacrifice, wood, stones, water, and even the earth beneath. The crowd fell to their knees in awe and terror. "The Lord, He is God," they cried. Elijah seized the moment. With the people's help, he ordered the prophets of Baal to be captured and brought to the brook of Kishon, where they were executed for leading Israel into idolatry. Exhaustion and relief mingled. Elijah climbed higher still, above the crowd, to pray for rain. He sent his servant to look to the horizon 7 times. At last a dark cloud rose from the sea, growing heavy and looming. Thunder rolled. Rain poured onto the cracked earth, restoring life to the land. The drought ended. The people scattered, transformed by the display of God's power. But Elijah's trial was not over. Jezebel heard of Baal's prophet's demise and vowed vengeance. Elijah fled, traveling deep into the wilderness, fearing for his life. He collapsed beneath a broom tree, longing for death. Yet an angel appeared, bringing food and a gentle message. "Arise, eat, for the journey is too great for you." Strengthened, Elijah journeyed 40 days to Mount Horeb, where he encountered God not in fire, earthquake, or wind, but in a still, small voice.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the story, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe to our channel for more interesting Bible stories like this.